So today I thought I would show you a little bit of pampering for your hands. I think many of us are working from home. We are spending a lot longer on our keyboards and our phones and iPads than we would normally under the current conditions. So just be nice. I thought it would just be nice to show you a little routine that is going to treat your hands and hopefully help to relieve some of your stress and anxiety and tension in this very unusual lockdown period. So the first thing we're going to do is just add a little bit of cream or massage medium, depending on what you have at home. I'm just using a very simple everyday cream, and just to add a little bit of moisture to the hands, make them feel a bit nice and soft, and also to help us with some of our hand reflexology and massage moves. So rub that in, start to warm the hands up. I don't know about you, but my hands are suffering at the moment with lots of washing, the cold weather, and certainly spending too long on my laptop keyboard. So just move that out of the way. So once you've rubbed that cream in, we're just going to warm the hands up a little bit. So start with circling the wrists. You can do both together, one way and then the other. Stretching out the fingers, bending them tight, stretching out the fingers, bending them in nice and tight. One more time, big stretch. See how wide you can get those fingers. And then nice and tight fist again. So just starting to massage the palm of the hand. And you can do this gently to begin with, just circling all the way around the palm with your thumb of the other hand. Support your hand underneath so that you're not trying to push against something that's falling away from you. Just nice big circles across the palm of the hand. Then if you feel comfortable to do so, just working those circles a little bit more pressure into the hand. And then turning over, and same on the other side, just massaging over the back of the hand, trying to support the hand as best you can. It's a little bit awkward, depending on if you're left-handed or right-handed. You can move your hands around so that you can just warm up those hand structures before we start our little hand reflexology treatment. So when your hand's nice and warm, obviously do the other hand as well, same as you did, through the palm, front and then back of the hand, until your hands are both nice and warm and ready to start. So we're going to start with the solar plexus. The solar plexus point on the hand is in the middle of the palm. Just finding that with your thumb and gently press that area and then release. A gentle press and then release, and another gentle press and release. It's quite a nice idea to think about your breathing as you do this. So as you are pressing into the solar plexus point, take a breath in and then breathe out as you release. What you can then do is, with the tip of your thumb, make some small circles in that area. if that feels comfortable, make that pressure a little bit more, a little bit deeper, if that feels comfortable. Now, for some people, this is really quite uncomfortable, and even just a gentle press is not always something that they would enjoy. So what you can do, if that point is really sensitive for you, is rather than use your thumb, use something a little bit larger, like a ping pong ball or a squash ball if you have one, and just hold it. So if you're holding that in your hand, it will naturally fall into the solar plexus point. You can just gently hold that to apply a little bit of slightly less piercing pressure to that point, the solar plexus, which will hopefully help some of the stresses and strains release as you release that point. Moving on from there, we're just going to work across the diaphragm. The diaphragm is that big muscle that sits at the bottom of your lungs. On the hand, it runs across the palm of the hand, across the midline of the hand through there. So what we're going to do is we're going to do something called thumb walking. This is where we use our thumb as if it is a little caterpillar. Again, support the bottom of your hand as you go, and just caterpillar walk across that diaphragm line. Caterpillar walk across that diaphragm line. And a third time, just caterpillar walk across that diaphragm line. What you can also do is just slide across. If that works more easily for you than the caterpillar walking. So the diaphragm line, we're trying to, again, ease some tension, encourage a nice relaxed breath, and just help that central part of the body chill out a little bit. Moving on then to the chest and lungs, again, thinking about breathing, thinking about relaxing, thinking about de-stressing. The chest and lung area obviously lies above the diaphragm line, so it's this area here on the palm of the hand, and we're going to just do our little caterpillar walk from that diaphragm line up through the kind of pit, if you like, in between the bones. So find the soft bit in between the bones of the hand and just do your caterpillar walking up there. So again, that funny thumb walking, that caterpillar walking. Don't forget to support your hand with the other one. And repeat that 2 or 3 times through each of those pits in between the bones. You can also work across that area, just being mindful of bones and stretches in the hand as you go across them. So just being gentle not to do anything too uncomfortable as you're walking across that area. And again, you can slide up those areas as well, if that works better for you than the caterpillar walk. Our next area we're going to think about is the thumb, and particularly the top of the thumb, which corresponds to the head and the brain in the body. So thinking about stress and anxiety, obviously our head and our brain has a big part in that. So again, we're going to do that caterpillar walk from either the base of the thumb, or you can work from for that joint, depending on how comfortable it is for you. We're just going to work up the thumb all the way across, one side to the other. So again, a couple of times to the side, up the middle, and then just circling on the very tip. So that's just a press in with your thumb and a circling like a pivot on the point of the thumb. And as before, if you like, you can just slide up instead of that caterpillar walk. You can work all the way down from the bottom of the thumb, so starting down here and working all the way up. This is the neck area, so if that's an area where you hold your tension and your stress, that's quite a nice one to work as well. So depending on left-handed or right-handed, that can be quite tricky to access. As you can see, you can do it the other way if that's easier, and work it that way if that's easier to reach. The last point we're going to concentrate on is an acupressure point. It's called H7 or Heart 7. You'll find it if you run your hand down from the base of your little finger all the way over the palm down to where the crease of the wrist is, and it's just to the side of you. Will feel that big tendon running down there, so it's just in there's a little dimple or a little dent just to the side of there, and that is H7. We're going to take a big deep breath in as we just apply a gentle pressure on that point, and then breathe out as we release that. This point is very good for calming the mind, releasing anxiety and stress, and working towards better sleep. So another breath in and release, and one more time, and release. So obviously you would then do that all on the other hand, just to make sure you are not lopsided, nice and even. And then we're going to finish with a little massage just as we started. So rubbing the hands together, that thumb rub across the whole palm, which just feels really lovely at the end of a day working on your keyboard. Deep pressure as you feel comfortable with. Obviously not anything that's going to be not going to cause discomfort to your hands. Then we're going to do a really lovely move, so working down each finger. You can either do this with the thumb and the forefinger, or you can put your knuckles either side of the finger and just wriggle down it. This just feels really nice, giving a gentle stretch to each finger as you go. You can do a small circle and then just gently pull, so a little circle, and then just gently pull, a little circle, just gently pull. Try not to dislodge your rings, and all the way down each finger. And then just to complete that, we're going to do the same massage on the back of the hand as we did at the beginning, and then end with big stretch, tight fists, big stretch, tight fists. If it's comfortable to do so, you can stretch the hands out one with the other. And then palms together, big breath to finish, and relax. So hopefully that's a little bit of hand pampering for you in these unusual times where our hands are being put upon perhaps more than normal. Just as a safety issue, obviously if you do suffer with joint issues or arthritis or pain in your hands, then please take care. Don't necessarily do all of these all of the moves that I've showed you today if they're not comfortable, and if it causes too much discomfort, then please stop. And obviously always seek medical advice if you are concerned about any conditions, including in your hands. Take care.